good morning, or maybe good early afternoon to some of you who were watching live. It's great to see you here. Thanks so much for being here. Hey guys, this is probably a little better, right? Good morning, or should I say good mid-afternoon to everybody. So I'm coming to you live from beautiful Vail, Colorado. Here, I'll let you see a little bit of what I'm looking at. I'm also in the hotel lobby. But here we go, folks. Beautiful Vail, Colorado. And I'm in the hotel lobby, so if you hear any background noise, just let me know in the comments. But it's great to have you here, Jamie. Welcome. I hope you will pull up a mug. I have my official new mug from Vail with the official Vail logo on it. And I'm super excited to catch up with you guys and let you know what's been going on in the week that was. How was your week been? You know, as travel restrictions have lifted and things are opening up, people are going back out. Summer vacations are now going to be taking place all around. I mean, people are excited to get out. They're excited to go places. They're more excited to see family and friends they haven't seen in a while. And what's also amazing is all of the great events and live music that we're able to participate in. So the reason why we're up in Vail, Colorado is we are here to see a show. But first, let me introduce myself and say that if this is the first time you are catching me live, well, welcome. It's great to have you here. My name is Ronnie Harden, and I am a editor and a writer and a writing coach, and I love sharing stories with you, talking about stories that happen all around us because they're going on all the time. And so I love getting to stop here and just share some of the stories with you as an inspiration for you to share your own stories in whatever way possible. So what we're going to talk about today is travel writing and writing about stories when you take vacations or you get together with friends and go places, or if maybe you're doing a bucket list trip, something that you've planned on, but maybe the pandemic sort of had to put on hold. Well, now that it's summertime, and now that we've gotten to almost 70% of the people in the United States being vaccinated, we can step out with a little bit more caution and a little bit of safety, knowing that we've kind of got a handle on this. Now, it's not completely under control, but it's better than it was. So we can go places and see things, right? So I want to share with you a little bit about the week that was. We had a really great week. Michael, so a lot's happened this week. And I hope that for you, if things are going on in your life, that you're taking note of it, journaling it, writing about it. You're sharing it on posts and Facebook, but really think about sharing your stories in a personal way, because social media can change or go away if you write your stories. Maybe keep a blog. You've been thinking about starting a blog, or you have a blog that you're writing on. Capture those stories and put them in your own form and share them from your own source. Because if social media changes or goes away, the algorithms get wonky, you can always go to your personal blog or your personal website and share information with your followers and your friends, and that can never go away. So here's what happened in our week, and I love when things happen based off of stories. So here's a story that not many people know about, but hopefully you'll know about because of the new movie that's out. So back in 2007, a gentleman by the name of Jim Bent wrote a book entitled 12 Mighty Orphans. This is the true story of a group of orphans from a Masonic Lodge home that had set up an orphanage. And this is back in Depression area. I'm talking 1933, 34, 35. Orphanages were set up because a lot of families, because of the Dust Bowl and because of the Depression, couldn't take care of their children. They were having to travel great distances to even try to find work. Living in, tent communities because of what happened to the economy during the Depression. So we thought we had it hard during the pandemic. Imagine what it was like during the Great Depression. Hey there. How you doing, sweetie? Thanks for being here. You can hear me okay, right? Let me know in the comments that you can hear me. So the story of 12 Mighty Orphans was a book, and it's the inspiring true story of a team called the Mighty Mites, who came from nothing, playing and practicing with no shoes, no equipment, and they ended up going to the state high school championships and beyond. Freddie Brown, one of the players, was recruited into the NFL. Several of the players on the team, some of them went on to play football, others went on to do great things in their lives, all because of one man named Rusty Russell, who believed in him, got behind him, and gave him something to work towards. Well, 12 Mighty Orphans has now become a movie starring Luke Wilson in the role of Rusty Russell. And it's a great film. And it's really great, Savannah. I can't wait for you to see it. It's going to be coming, so it released in theaters yesterday in Texas. And on June 18th, next Friday, it's going to release nationwide. So I want to encourage you to watch the movie. But more importantly, Michael and I got to attend the premiere screening, because it was filmed and shot in Fort Worth, in the area where the Masonic Lodge currently still exists. Michael and I got to go over there when they were shooting, seeing some of the scenes filmed on the property there at the Masonic Lodge. So it was really interesting to sit and watch the movie and see the scenes where we were watching them shoot them live and actually see them, this is where it fell in the sequence of the movie. So it was really great. So what was really fun is that Michael and I got to meet some really great people, right? Because when you have great stories and you're able to participate in those kinds of things, you get to meet some incredible people. Well, Michael and I got to meet Wayne Knight. You may know him as Newman from Seinfeld, right? Or maybe you remember him as the computer guy in Jurassic Park who, the virus and the shut down everything, causing the dinosaurs to get loose. But yeah, Wayne Knight is in this story in 12 Mighty Orphans. He plays the man who runs the orphanage. And he's really funny, like you normally know him. But then his character changes and transforms into a deliciously wicked person who at the end, well, you'll have to watch the movie to see what happens. But Wayne Knight in person is a delightful gentleman. He was so gracious to speak with us and to let us take his picture. And so we got to meet Newman. So that's one of the new things on my list in 2021 that became a bucket item list that I had no idea I was going to check off my list, right? Another great thing that happened was I got to meet and talk with one of the young men who played one of the football players. This group of 12 young men who were mostly cast from the Texas area. Some of these kids had never been in a movie before. And I got to meet Slade Monroe. He plays the quarterback named Weedy, and it was so great to talk to him. He's such a gracious young man. Going to college out in California. He's from Argyle, Texas. And I asked him, what was it like to see yourself up on the big screen? And he said, it really was kind of it was kind of awe-inspiring, and I was kind of moved to tears a couple of times. But he said, I haven't done anything since I was in a high school play. So to be cast in this movie, and not only that, but work alongside Martin Sheen for 2 months. He said the man was so gracious, was so kind, was so helpful, and I also asked Slade, what was it like to play one of the football players? Have you played football before? And he said, when we showed up on set, he said the 12 of us, a lot of us had played football. I mean, they probably played around as kids, but never as a formal football player on an actual team. So he said we've never played before, but they had a 2-week intensive training boot camp. After 2 weeks, these 12 young men formed a you see on screen looked real. Some of the injuries they sustained looked real. They did a fantastic job. Acting, there's a scene that Slade is in when his mother comes to visit him at the orphanage that is very powerful. That I thought he portrayed the anger, the hurt, the resentment that some of these young men had to face when dropped off at the orphanage as small children and growing, being there for 10 years and growing up to be 17, what it was for them to endure that. And so, again, Slade was so great. He told us that I see great things for you. So he's going to college in California, taking screen acting and other courses, I'm sure, to help further his career. And I told him, enjoy all of this, enjoy the connections you make and the people that you meet, because that's all a part of your story as you're learning to become an actor. So it was so fun to get to meet him. And I really appreciated, the opportunity. So Michael and I had a great time getting to do that this week. That was really fun. So check out the book. Maybe if you want to learn more about it, you can check out the book, 12 White Orphans by Jim Dent. And then you can see the movie coming out next Friday, actually, on June 18th. Stories all about life, all about things that are happening to us and around us. But there's some other great books that are coming out that I want to share with you. Really important books that I think you'll enjoy. If you have any littles in your world, and you are familiar with or were a fan of Rachel Held Evans and her writing, we lost Rachel, unfortunately, a couple of years ago. Was it like 3 years ago that she's passed? Anyway, Rachel was an amazing author. She really stirred the pot with a lot of people regarding the topic of faith. Let's see. I loved Rachel's books. She was really huge because she dealt with topics on faith and Christianity and on walk with God in such a different and honest way. And so now her husband, along with a couple of their friends, has written a children's book entitled "What Is God Like?" This was a book that was in the works when Rachel was alive, and she wanted to introduce children to their first concept of what God is like. Is there a God? What is He like? So a lot of times the children are introduced to the topic of God, like in church, having loved ones or friends, read them stories or tell them about God. But what is God really like? So Rachel loved God's Word, loved the Bible. She loved her own walk of faith, and she questioned things that sometimes the church was doing to people in her community, people that she'd met. So what she did is write a story that took stories and pictures from the Bible and put them in such a way that children will see that God is like a shepherd. He's like a guiding star. He's like a gardener. He's like the wind. And so what this book does is puts God in terms that helps the children feel safe, feel loved, feel brave, because that's what God is like. So if you have littles in your family, I know I'm buying copies for all of the little ones in my life. But I think this will be a great. It'll be a great conversation starter for children who've never heard about that. Maybe you wanted to have discussions with your little ones or nieces and nephews, children, siblings. But the topic of faith is difficult because there's so many doctrinal issues in the way. Well, this book kind of takes some of that away and lets children ask important questions and start doing important conversations. So check it out. You want to check out What is God Like by Rachel Vail. Now, another great book that I'm really excited about because I've read some of her other works. This has been a highly anticipated book for the summer. It's called Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Now, Taylor has written a couple of other books, the Seven Wives of Hugo, and the one that I really enjoyed was Daisy Jones and the Six. Well, this book is called Malibu Rising, and it follows a family, a famous family of siblings. The activity of the book takes the course of a day, but the story is also told in flashback scenes of the children as they were growing up, their rock star father, who, because of his career, really never spent a lot of time with his children, and then just those relationships and things that happened over the course of them growing up. So, if you like fun summer weeks and you're looking for a good book to take to the beach or the pool, check out Malibu Rising. It's a fun story. I'm really looking forward to starting this one. I'm kicking around some titles for my next book club read for July. So I'm taking some ideas and looking at some of the new books coming out. And this has been on my radar for a while because it's about four siblings who throw an epic party to celebrate the end of summer. And so this will be a great book to read during July because I think it'll be interesting to learn more about their story, find out more about what happens, what plays out in the lives of these four family siblings who are all children of the famous rock star. So Malibu Rising, check it out. It might be something that you want to have on your bookshelf as something that you would like to read. And I always love trying to bring you books, new book pieces that are coming. Oh my goodness, it's getting busy here. Can you hear all of that? I love a busy, fun holiday. And let me tell you, I've got some interesting stories to tell you about what we ran into when we came here. So speaking of book clubs, first of all, speaking of book club, I just want to let you know that we have a book club. I have a book club. If you would love to join the book club, I would love to have you because we try to read good books, great stories that take us to faraway places, introduce us to great characters, and deal with some of the topics that we face in everyday life. So if you would like to join the book club and find out how you can be part of our book club, or maybe you have a story that you're telling that you would love some help on, let me know. You can drop me a note right here at ronaharding.com/contact. You can be a part of our book club where we are reading the library. It's been a great book so far. It's been really fun. What would you do if you had the chance to go back and undo some of your life's regrets or maybe choices that either you made or didn't make that you wish you had or you hadn't made? And what would your life have been like had you made them? And would your life be happier than the one you're living now? Those are all the questions that we're finding out as our character, Nora Seed, goes to the Midnight Library. So, if you're interested in that, like I said, drop me a note. I'll share the link again at the end of the podcast. But I just wanted to let you know that that's what we're all about, sharing great stories. So, speaking of great stories, oh, you are loving the book? I know, isn't it great, Savannah? I'm really loving the book. I love the way Matt Haig, the author, handles the character. I love the way he shows all of his relationships and lets those things play out so that we get to see the main character, how she responds to all of those things. So, speaking of stories, let me tell you. So, Michael and I got here, and again, we're on a vacation. We're loving Vail. It's beautiful here in the summertime. I love Vail in the winter too, but I'm not a skier. So, for all of you out there that ski, kudos to you. I look at these mountains with the runs on them, and I'm like, oh my God, I would be in the hospital if I even tried to go down that. Just walking down the hills is enough for me. But here's what was really fun. So you ever go on vacation somewhere and run into some unexpected surprises? I'm not talking the ones about where you check into the hotel and it's bad, or your Airbnb host is, a nightmare, or nothing like that. We had a kind of an eventful day traveling because our our flight was sort of, it landed at one tunnel in DFW and then switched to another one, and the trams were down and we couldn't find parking for the carts, all of that. Finally got on the plane, flew to Vail, but as we were coming into Vail, the pilot said, I'm going to flight attendants to sit down early and clear all things. We've got a really choppy descent coming into Vail due to the high winds. So the last 35 minutes of our flight in, you guys, everyone knows how much I love turbulence on a plane. I don't know of anyone who really loves turbulence on a plane, but needless to say, it was kind of choppy coming in. We finally landed here, so I'm so glad to finally get here. But when we did get here and stayed at the hotel, well, what we didn't realize is that this weekend in Vail is the GoPro Mountain Games. So evidently, this is the whole time. We're here from the 10th to the 14th, right? So we landed. You can look it up, mountaingames.com, right? And this is a huge event. Like there are events scheduled the entire time, guys. And they have everything from disc golf to kayaking to mountain bike races to what we've been having fun watching are the contests of the diving dogs and the dogs who are doing the vertical jumps. I mean, there's music, there's athletics, there is fly fishing, there is kayaking, disc golf. There's all kinds of amazing events. We've never heard of this. I've never heard of this. I've never heard of the GoPro Mountain Games. I didn't know that this was a thing. So what we've had, right? So I've been posting on my Instagram. All of the dogs are so impressive. Listen, I thought so too. So Michael and I have been going, since we've been here, we've been walking around, checking out all of the events. Something that we didn't even expect to find here, but has given us an added reason to enjoy being here in Vail for the weekend. So, guys, I got to tell you, there are stories going on all around us, sometimes ones we're not even expecting. So I hope that wherever you go this summer, take advantage of the stories, places, things that are happening all around us. People are so excited to be back out. We actually came here to see Bob Weir and the Wolf Brothers. They are playing a concert. They played their first concert last night. They're playing another one tonight. It's Bob Weir with musicians Jay Lane and Don Was, famous music producer and bassist. They have a 10-piece band with a horn section and strings. Think Steely Dan and a jazz fusion band and We're from the Great Dead all mixed in together. Guys, incredible music. They were doing Bob Dylan covers. They were doing all kinds of stuff. Really fantastic. So between the concert and this, we have a fun-filled weekend in store. I hope you're having a fun-filled weekend. And even if you're at home this weekend, take time to relax and cherish the moments that you have now. Maybe get out of your own community. Find out what's going on. Now that it's warmer and some of the restrictions have been lifted, we're slowly getting back to normal, or whatever that normal can look like and feel like. For us, we didn't expect to have an unexpected event fall right in our lap. But it's provided us the backdrop to make for some interesting stories that not only we get to experience, but we get to share with others. And that's the importance of sharing our stories. Because if you don't share them, who will? And we'll miss out on some amazing times. So I don't know about you. It's fun watching all of these people here. I tell you what, Vail opens up early in the morning, and everything here, most of the restaurants I go to is at 10. Maybe places that stay up at 11, but everything closes. Because people here in Vail, outdoor people, they are up early in the morning, hiking, jogging, walking. It's so beautiful here. People want to be outside. I want to be outside. We're going to get back outside yesterday. Guys, I was so proud of myself. Let me show you this. I was so excited. Michael and I were just taking advantage of being up here, enjoying all of the beautiful weather. Guys, I want you to see, this is how many steps I had. See, I'm going to put it here so you can see it maybe that everywhere. There you go. Look at that, guys. 13,000 steps yesterday. 13,000 steps. I'm excited to see how many steps I get today. And you know what? I feel great. So hopefully, you can get out and do the same today. I want to encourage you. Get out early in the morning. Maybe do it tonight before the sun goes down. Take advantage of getting out and enjoying this summer. Guys, we're kind of getting back to normal. What is your normal looking like? And what kind of stories are going on around you? Jump into some of them. You never know how they're going to affect yours and add to your stories. I didn't expect to learn about the mountain games, about the GoPro mountain games. I love that this thing looks like there's a little thing sticking out of my head up here for the whole time of the video. But that's the beauty of live video stream. Anyway, guys, I hope that you take the time to enjoy where you are and share some stories that you're creating. And if you want to share some stories, you need help writing your story, maybe you're thinking about starting a blog, or you can write about some of your travel destinations, your summer vacation getaways. Where are you traveling to this summer? Do you have any fun trips planned? Well, Michael and I do. I have a plan with my daughter to go do a girls' trip this summer before she starts school in August, and I can't wait for that either. So, what are some fun things? Maybe you're just going to throw the kids in the car and get ice cream. Whatever it is, if you're going to the pool today, or maybe you're just hanging out, taking care of things at home, whatever it is, you are living a story. You're telling a story. And maybe you've come across some interesting stories that you think other people want to know about. Share that, right? Oh, I know, Savannah, I'm so excited. Girls trip. Can't wait. We're going to make some great memories. And I hope you're making great memories with your loved ones, with your friends. Share them with me, won't you? Let me know how your summer is playing out. I would love to hear about your stories. And again, if you need help with yours, please let me know. It's what I love to do. I love helping people share their stories and make them better. So let me know if you need some help. Again, you can contact me at RoneeHutton.com/contact. Also, let me know if you want to join our book club class. And our next discussion is coming up June 15th. So if you want to jump in and have time to catch up on some reading, or you just want to join a great group of people who love to read great stories and talk about them, let me know. We'd love to have you. Again, guys, listen, thanks so much for being here. I hope you can have your weekend fantastic. I want to hear about your stories. I'll be sharing mine. And I'll be back here next weekend, and we're going to talk about honoring all the guys in our lives who are the dads, and share more great stories that happen in the week that's coming up. All right? Take care, guys. Thanks so much. Have a great one. I'll be back here next Friday. We'll chat over some coffee and share more great stories. This thing on my head is looking really funny, but it makes for great live streaming. Anyway, guys, thanks so much. Have a great weekend. I'll see you back here next Saturday.